So this morning I uploaded a video, or premiered a video, where I talked about the newest junior novel coming out a few weeks after the G5 movie called A Pony Named Spike, which takes place during G4. Now the catch about this junior novel is it will only be released internationally in places like Finland, Sweden, and other parts of the world at that time. Hopefully over time though we might be able to get an international release in various other languages like English, Spanish, Japanese, you name it. However, one of the biggest questions a lot of people had when Cursia Daily first reported this back in June or at the end of June, and even some people brought this up when they commented, on the video after they watched it, was why wasn't this tackled sooner? Why didn't, Hasbro allow DHX or IDW Comics to tackle this sooner? And that is a good question. My opinion is I think DHX, the people working on the series at DHX and the people writing for the stories at IDW probably had a lot on the plate. Like maybe they were thinking about doing it, but because they had so many, like let's say IDW-wise, they had so many stories already lined up and planned for certain issues to to be released that they didn't have enough room. They didn't have the time. Same with DHX. Maybe the writing staff like Jim Miller, Josh Haber, Nicole Dubuque, Megan McCarthy, whoever, maybe they had it in mind to do it, but because they had so many episodes ahead and already being worked on and being put in production that they just couldn't find any place to put it, despite what season they could have done it in. So those are basically obvious reasons, if not more realistic reasons right there. The other reasons, I think, is because of the fact that, the creative staff on both ends are not stupid. They do realize and acknowledge that there are fans that ship characters together. And they also acknowledge and realize that Spike and Rarity is an item in many fans' eyes. It's a romantic item, it's a romantic ship they love seeing be brought to life. I mean, a lot of people enjoyed what happened in Best Gift Ever. A lot of people loved the closer connection they had in Season 9. You kind of get the drift. You kind of get my drift, right? So, they realize that. And they probably realize that if they would do a series like this, or not a series, but an episode or an issue like this, that they would probably have to address that. But the biggest question is, how would you address it? Would you address it to the point that afterwards you would have no choice but to make Spike and Rarity an item? Or would Rarity be the one that, kind of talks, Spike into being himself again because that's who she really cares about more so than a friend? More than just as a friend or something like that. Who knows? Do we have Spike acknowledge to her that he did this because he's always wanted to know what it's like to be a pony, but he also did this because he feels she would have accepted him more? Who knows? We can't really say. The other thing I think they want to avoid is a possible, smitten kind of crush on Spike via, let's say, Rainbow Dash or Fluttershy if they would have done it with him post-Wings. Or, a crush, smittenness by, Applejack and Pinkie Pie, if they would have done it pre-Wings, if you kind of catch my drift. And not just them, but, the CMCs as well, like, Sweetie Belle, Apple Bloom, you name it. Or even Scootaloo, let's say he got wings. So, there's a lot of possible reasons why they wanted to avoid, why they didn't go the route they could have gone with the storyline, when they had the opportunity, and those are just various reasons. The other reason I find that they're doing it now, though, is because, just like I said in the video, I think things are a little bit more at ease. In other words, because Generation 4 is pretty much done and in the can on both sides of the spectrum, that they feel more at ease. They don't feel like, Hasbro's breathing down their neck and wondering what they're doing. Now they can pretty much write what they want to write, and Hasbro will be cool with it because, hey, MLP is a major cash cow for them, just like Transformers. Why not make some money off something, whether, it's something they're cool with or they're not cool with, if you know what I'm saying. So, to me, I do agree, they had a variety of opportunities, but as I just mentioned, I think there was a variety of reasons why they didn't do it. But that's just my opinion. Do I agree they should have done it? Absolutely. There's not a season, especially the later seasons, there's not a season that went by that fans were not hoping for one of the synopses for an episode to talk about Spike being a pony. There wasn't an issue that went by that fans weren't wondering what the synopsis, wondering or waiting for the synopsis to showcase or talk about Spike being a pony, becoming a pony in the main story or something like that. There wasn't one moment. One moment. You know, because fans had been waiting for it. And yes, now they're getting it, but they're getting it at a time where I think, you know, the writer behind it feels more comfortable, more at ease with what they're doing. But again, I do agree it should have been done a long time ago. I do agree with it. But what do you guys think? Do you think this episode should have been, do you think an episode or an issue from IDW on Spike becoming a pony should have been done long ago? Do you think DHX, you know, Hasbro should have given DHX and IDW the okay? What are your thoughts? And how do you think it would have been handled? And what season do you think it would have been on? Do you think it would have been in post winged Spike seasons, like seasons, you know, seasons 7, 8, and 9, or the second half of season 7, 8, and 9? Or do you think it would have been, you know, in pre-Spike mode, pre-wing Spike mode, like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? What do you think? Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Comment down below. Love to hear from each and every one of you. Live chat during the premiere. Like the video. Check out my Teespring store. And I do apologize if I rambled a little bit or felt like I was, you know, kind of pausing here and there. You know, as I say in one of my t-shirts on my Teespring, I do things uncensored and uncut and on the fly and unscripted. But again, let me know what your thoughts are, and I will talk to y'all later.